Now, if you're a reality TV fan like myself, then you know Evelyn Lozada. She's on MTV's Basketball Wives, and on the season finale episode, she made a big splash. Now, whether you believe in Evelyn's behavior or not, you have to admit, her makeup was fantastic. So here's a tutorial inspired by Evelyn's season finale makeup. Now that I've smeared on a little bit of Urban Decay's Primer Potion, I'm going to go ahead and start adding product. A little head bobbing had some hip hop in the background. I'm using a warm shade of really light concealer from MAC under my brow to give it a highlight and kind of lift that brow that Evelyn has, that really high arch in her brow. And if you notice, I've even winged this out a little bit just so that you have that extra lift, and really adds a little bit of drama and lifts the eye even more when you elongate the brow. My fave, contouring. I'm contouring the side of my nose with Black Opal cream foundation, and this actual shade that I'm using is Beautiful Bronze. It's a few shades deeper than my skin tone, which really allows for it to deepen and really create that contour shade that I need for contrast. So I'm really trying to work out this color here in my crease and blend it really well before I really add a lot of colors. And now I'm using MAC's shadow in Orb, which is a satin shadow, under the brow as a highlight. So now I'm using this Eco Tools brush to pack on Rose Blanc onto the inner corner of my lid. And I'm continuing to blend in MAC's Sketch on the outer corners in that outer V area on the eye. So to create a little bit more depth, we are using MAC's shadow in Carbon Black. And this palette is a palette that I created with a lot of neutral matte shades that I just picked up from the MAC store and created this little palette. So I use this a lot on shoots and on brides and things like that, because you don't want a lot of shimmery powders or shimmery shadows that are going to glare on the camera. So I'm using L'Oreal's Liner Intense. It has a brush tip and it's a liquid liner, and this shade is actually carbon black. It's really going to make a nice shiny line here, and you can always go back and fill in any gaps, so you don't have to do a straight line, because sometimes your hand isn't as steady as you want it to be, especially if you've had a couple of lattes or something. You definitely want to make sure that you're getting that line as straight as you can, so use short strokes if and when necessary. I'm going into my waterline with a Ben Nye's black eyeliner pencil here, and I'm just going to make sure that that line is really dominant by deepening it and just kind of reapplying it a couple of times in the waterline, just to make sure that it has that intense black that we're going for this kind of cat eye look that Evelyn Lozada had on that final episode. So this same shade that we used in the outer V area, MAC Sketch, we're going to use it underneath the eye as well. I'm just coming in right up against the lash line, and be sure to brush off the extra product so you don't get any shadow in your eye. And that's a great thing to just put into your practice all the time. Always kind of dab your brush or shake your brush, dab it onto the skin or shake it off just to get the excess product off before actually applying it with powders, with shadows, either or. You just want to make sure that you get that excess off before you start applying. To get that extra sparkle, I'm actually using MAC's glitter eyeliner in this kind of clear glitter kind of shade, and it's a silver tone as well. But anyway, so I'm going to put this over the Rose Blanc shadow to give us that extra glitter, that extra dazzle that she had that night. So this is really going to add some extra oomph and drama to this look. Now, as you guys can see, I've added some lashes for the extra glamorous effect, and I'll show you how to do eyelashes in another tutorial. But again, these are some really nice, just over-the-top kind of lashes that really answer to what we're trying to do here today, which is recreate that look from that episode. So onto the brows. I love brows, and you know it. So to coordinate with the blonde hair that Evelyn has, she has lighter brows. So instead of going in with a darker brown, which I typically use to fill in my brows, I'm actually using kind of a reddish brown shade. Now, I could have gone and sealed my eyebrows with foundation and all these other things, but I wanted to have a little bit more of a natural look, but still answer to the lighter brows to coordinate with the blonde hair. And we're coming along nicely. Where is it? Where? Oh, here it goes. A little contour to the cheeks with the Black Opal Beautiful Bronze, the same shade that I actually used on the nose area. So just going to blend this out with my Crown Brushes flat bronzer brush, which is really great for blending in any kind of creams into the skin. I love my new Kissable Couture glosses. I picked these up at the makeup show in LA. This pink shade that I'm rubbing on is called Glamour If you haven't, you definitely need to check it out. I had a chance to meet AJ Crimson, who is amazing, and these glossers are my favorite.